Let's take a look at some normal things everyone accepts that actually make zero sense when you think about it. Okay, we'll see if I agree with the internet on these things, because my opinion's the only one that matters, right? No, but I'm yapping here, all right? Okay, let's see. This person said, working during the same hours that every appointment and phone call to a business needs to be made. Yeah, that doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it? Hopefully you get a lunch break, so then you can take care of, all those boring business calls you need to get done and, get to those appointments you need to get to. Glad I've got flexible bosses, or I'd never make any dentist appointment. And I at least get off at 3. A lot of people working that 9 to 5. That's when general business hours are for everybody. It doesn't make a lot of sense. All right, let's see. This person said the fact that for many Americans, our health insurance is tied to our employment. So if you get so sick you can no longer work, you lose your health insurance. Dumbest thing ever. Good point. Well, if only, half of the population hadn't been brainwashed into fighting against just universal health care. Sorry to get political here, but if every other developed nation in the world can make it work, I bet we could do it here. I bet we could do it. I don't get how people fight against that one. You'd think that would be something everyone could agree on, just health care. Good to go. All right, we'll move along. Let's see. We sleep for a third of our lives, yet somehow society treats staying awake and being productive as proof of being smart or disciplined. Sleep is literally the most important thing we do, but nobody celebrates it. Oh, man. I can tell you this. Sleep is important. As a person who's up at this hour, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, last night, I had to take a nap once I got home from work. And it ended up being a very long nap because it's just so hard to go to sleep when I should. I should be out cold by like 9 p.m. You ever tried to do that? Yeah, it's not easy. No, you just end up passing out after too many days where you didn't get enough sleep, crashing out on the recliner, waking up a few hours later when you're supposed to be going to bed. Yeah, get proper sleep, everybody. It's very good for you. Make you feel a lot better. This person said paying for streaming services and having to watch ads anyway, that is annoying. What was I watching? The Boys the other day on Prime, and Prime pummels you with ads. I'm not against ads, all right? If you're not paying for the service. It's like with podcasts on Spotify, you're always getting pummeled with ads. I don't pay for YouTube, so I can't complain there. That's fine. Give me ads. But Prime giving me those ads, it's very annoying. I would assume Prime offers a plan where you don't have to pay for ads, but, I should probably get rid of Prime. Now that the holidays are over, it's not like I'm ordering a bunch of crap off Amazon. It's one of those services that you just get kind of used to having. Probably don't need it. All right, what else we got here? Co-pays and deductibles. Okay, anything dealing with insurance is going to be an aggravation. I don't even want to look at it. Okay, this person talking about ads just everywhere. Again, we're talking about normal things everyone just accepts. What situation are you not being advertised in this day and age? I mean, that's a good answer to the question. Something normal everyone accepts. I guess it doesn't make zero sense. Companies want to get your attention, get you to buy their crap. But it is annoying when you think about it. Bad driving? I don't think that's a normal thing that everybody just accepts. You see somebody driving like an idiot, people, you get mad. Yeah. Incorrect answer to the question. Let's see, hustle culture. Yeah, no, give me a nap. I don't care. don't care anymore. I just want to relax a little bit. Going nearly bankrupt or in massive amounts of debt to pay off a wedding. Yeah, you can do that on the cheap. You know? You don't have to spend tons of money. Just make sure it's special. The end. Let's see. Making kids pay for school lunch when they're forced to be there by law. School lunch for all. It's another thing that I'm pretty sure we could handle. Yeah. All right. I have a feeling this thread's just going to spiral into political crap, so I'm going to move along. Find some other garbage to talk about. Well, coming up, we're going to play some Poppy, Amy Lee, and Courtney LaPlante. Reminded me that I had a dream last night that I was hanging out at a concert. Now, I've been having a lot of nightmares lately, terrible dreams, waking up over and over all night, sleeping like garbage. But last night, I was sleeping pretty good. And I'm at this show, and it was a Poppy, Evanescence, and Stitched Up Heart concert. I don't know where it was, but it was an outdoor show, smaller venue. We were having lots of fun. You know, I was getting like shout outs from all the bands on stage, which was cool. And then my stupid alarm clock went off. Ugh. Nothing worse than the sound of an alarm clock. And I was like, why can't the alarm clock go off when I'm, dealing with these horrific nightmares? Ugh. Terrible. But I guess waking up from a dream that was fun is better than waking up from a nightmare, regardless of the alarm clock. So I hope you slept well. I just wanted to keep sleeping. Ugh. I think it's going to be another take a nap day today. Just need to get caught up. Need to get it together. Holiday season beat me down, wore me out. Need to relax a little bit. I'll give it my best shot, but anywho, just wanted to let you know that I was sleeping really good. I was having a good time at a show. Thankfully, there are lots of good shows coming up. I think the first of which is Ghost, February 12th. I mean, there's probably something before that I'm just not remembering. You can always check out the riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar, event calendar, then go to choose an event type and select concert/rock. Actually, you got The Offspring at the Idaho Center with Bad Religion on January 19th. Three Dog Night's going to be right here in East Idaho at the Mountain America Center on the 22nd. And did I say February 12th for Ghost? Sorry, February 10th is when Ghost is going to be at the Delta Center. We're giving away tickets all week. We're going to be playing little clips of Josh and Chantel from Classy, reading lyrics from Ghost songs. And when we play one of those, you're going to need to be caller number 20. You correctly identify the song, you win tickets to see Ghost at the Delta Center February 10th. So I would be listening close, because who wouldn't want to go see Ghost for free? It's an awesome show. Guaranteed. All right, I guess get back to daydreaming about concerts and having to accept that I'm awake. Boy, I tell you, reading internet comments can be so annoying sometimes. There was this article at East Idaho News about the flu reaching the highest level in the U.S. in 25 years. If you're a regular listener, you might know that I had the flu, about a month ago or so? Right around Thanksgiving. And, it was rough. It was terrible. It was one of the worst sicknesses I'd ever had. I ended up having to go to the doc over it. And you get into the comments, and boy, all these medical experts chiming in. Just like, why? I don't know. When I'm not an expert in a certain field, I'm not going to leave my thoughts, okay? Or maybe not even an expert, but like, I don't know, just people arguing with the advice of doctors. It's like, you're not a doctor, okay? Shut up. You know? Like, if you take your car to the mechanic and he's like, hey, this is happening right now with your vehicle. I don't believe you. I saw a video online. It's like, oh my goodness. Anyway, just be aware the flu is out there and it sucks. It sucks so bad. I woke up this morning and my chest was feeling a little bit scratchy and I started getting paranoid. Please let there not be something else. I need to build up PTO. Probably just need a nap. Tired. Way too early to try to drink more coffee, though. Yesterday, I overdid it on coffee and just made myself feel like crap. Don't recommend doing that either. Okay. Anyway, for all your news, check out eastidahonews.com. I went to the main page like, maybe there's something local we could talk about. And then I just start reading comments and just get annoyed. Like, bro, come on. All right, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. It's got to suck to be a doctor sometimes. Yeah, you make a lot of money, but you got to deal with the results of people doing stupid things. I'm going to do my best to dance around this one. The 25 worst items, we'll just say, removed from people in 2025. Most of you listening are adults, and you can figure out why they needed to be removed. Okay? They didn't swallow them. Okay, I mean, they've got 25 of these listed, but I'm just going to kind of look through them and determine which ones I think would be the worst. Because they've got, like, marbles. All right. I think you compare marbles to a sandal, and clearly a sandal is much worse. And some of these I wonder, I'm like, how? How? All right, a sandal, okay? How about a baseball? Documented with the okay, I'm not going to read that part. A shampoo bottle. People need hobbies, all right? A lot of people ask why. Doctors ask them why. Boredom. I was bored. Y'all ever heard of, reading or video games or crocheting? There's so many. Scrolling on your phone. I mean, scrolling on your phone can be bad for your mental health. Like, I have to sit here every day and scroll through the internet and try to find topics to share with you. Yeah, I don't always just encounter things like this that make me laugh. No. I see some dark stuff every day. And, as a person who can get, depressed or feeling a little bit sketchy, reading about the horrible problems that everybody go through, like, that's rough on my mind. That's why I end up passed out on the couch at 5 p.m. after work, like I was yesterday. Just, the brain can only take so much. Mental exhaustion, I think is very, very underrated. It's not underrated. There's a better term, but can you tell I'm mentally exhausted so I can't think of the words I want to use? Anyhow, yeah, if you start feeling like these folks, you're that bored, I'm telling you, there's got to be something you can do. You can buy a TV real cheap nowadays. And there are a lot of different free streaming services. Or you get an antenna. At bare minimum, you get an antenna, you hook it up, and just like back in the day, you watch the local channels. Good Go to the library. Free books. You go there, they let you check them out. You just kick back and read. You don't end up in the emergency room being noted as one of the 25 worst items found that had to be removed from people. You know, you don't want to be one of those people, is what I'm saying. All right. I think the sandal's the worst one, just for some reason. A light bulb? Okay, I'm done. Mowing through Tuesday. Hoping it goes by quick. I was scrolling Facebook Marketplace. I don't know why. I don't have any, money to spend right now. Yeah, yesterday was Pay the Bills Day. That day always sucks. But I still can't help myself sometimes because, these book listings will pop up or guitars. And I'm like, ooh, look at that. Yeah. And this one listing for a bunch of vinyl records popped up. And, I've got a few vinyl records. They tend to be in the plastic. I don't listen to them, but one of the ones I spotted here was 9 Inch Nails, The Fragile. And so I just start scrolling through the listing, and I'm like, wow, whoever this person is, they've got really good taste in music. You get surprised sometimes, oh, he's got some Mastodon up in here, got some Pelican, some Isis. I'm like, oh, wow, somebody local with some really good taste. Anyway, I also saw a little arcade cabinet that looked semi-cool. It's one of those dumb items that I would totally buy to put in my basement, like an arcade machine, that's completely unnecessary. I don't tend to have a lot of people over very often, and I have a gigantic TV that I can play video games on. Why an arcade machine? Probably just because back in the day when you're a kid, if you're my age, arcades were all the rage. That'd be awesome to put an arcade machine in the basement. That'd be sweet. Anyhow, that led me back to a fun subreddit, which is Crackhead Craigslist, where people post just weird items they've found on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. There's some good stuff on there sometimes. I don't know where this one's from, but somebody was selling a casket lightly used. All right. I don't know what lightly used means when it comes to a casket. Is this someone who's into vampire cosplaying? Or was there a dead person in it temporarily? I don't know. It's only $120. First come, first serve. And they won't accept gift cards in exchange. It's a silver casket. Now, maybe if it was new, but that's slightly used, I don't think I can go for it. Here's a crappy desk chair, it's all falling apart. Somebody trying to sell it for $5. Sometimes things just got to go in the dumpster, people, okay? Somebody selling a bucket of broken glass. What kind of person is going to show up and buy a bucket of broken glass? Yeah? Who needs that? What do you do with broken glass aside from throw it away? I don't know. Here are some boots with some wheels hooked to them. The wheels are sideways. What is this? A Newport cigarette brand? Is that a razor? Oh, a Newport-inspired Thor hammer. Okay, that is just stupid enough. I think I would buy it. If it's, it says it's 13 by 7 inches. It's big. And it looks, it's definitely inspired by the Newport brand cigarettes. Here's a guy in a dog crate. Said extra large dog crate fits a Great Dane, and they put a man in it to show that he fit. Reminds me of something funny. My girlfriend's sister was selling some dog crates. And I guess, I don't know if I think she said one of them, the door wouldn't stay shut, so they had put like a lock on it. And the lock was just used to keep it closed, but somebody showed up to buy it and obviously seemed concerned that people were being stored in it. Don't generally have a lock on the dog crate. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, Crackhead Craigslist on Reddit's a pretty fun read if you're just bored and needing to scroll. It's much better than scrolling like the advice subreddit. I'm trying to avoid that one because I don't need to read people's depressing relationship problems. It's not good for the mind. All right, I'm going to dig up some freak news, okay? Oh, could we have some actual freak news show up? I don't know why it's been so rough lately, but the pickings are really slim. Don't make this show very easy. Well, let's see what we got. A fortune teller has been accused of stealing a client's phone to make a prophecy of bad luck come true. Yeah, woman went to a fortune teller. He's like, oh, something really bad's gonna happen to you soon. You're gonna lose something valuable. And then he jacked her phone. See, I was correct. Look at that. Fortune telling is real. What a turd. What a turd. And the last place she saw the phone was at the fortune telling session. So she went back and was like, hey, where's my phone? And he's like, I don't know. I told you something bad was going to happen. So they called the cops and they did a little bit of searching and found it. In other freak news, if you have like collectible items, you shouldn't store them in a storage unit. Okay, if they're really valuable, maybe consider a safety deposit box or like a safe at your house or something like that. I don't know. In Washington State, somebody broke into a storage unit, stole a bunch of collectible Hot Wheels cars and Warhammer collectible miniatures. I would imagine somebody knew they were in there, right? That's when you start pointing fingers at the friends who helped you load up the storage unit. Like, come on, dirtbags, I know it was you. Or make sure you go to a storage unit with lots of cameras. Don't buy like a cheap, cruddy lock. Get something that's pretty good. Just a bit of advice. Yeah. Keep track of your stuff that's worth money. Or sell it. See, like I told you, freak news. It's a really light day today. Like another story, a mysterious lighthouse shows up in the middle of the California desert, 50 foot tall. There ain't no water in sight. And all of a sudden this lighthouse shows up about 15 miles west of Barstow. Let's see here. What is the purpose? It's a full-size functioning lighthouse. And it's just, it's an artist. An artist did it. He's like, this will be cool. I'm going to put a lighthouse in the middle of the desert. All right, I mean, I'm down with weird stuff. If I could get it funded or if I won the lotto, I would have some stupid things, okay? And I guess you got to do something to make the desert a little bit more exciting. Some areas of the California desert really suck. Like those areas in Nevada that are just horrible. You may have driven through them at times. Ugh. Nothing worse than driving to Reno. Ugh. Terrible drive. Well, like I said, light day in freak news. I'm going to have to keep digging. We got to find some content for this program. Maybe we could get into 5 lifestyle tweaks to help you live well for longer. I'm sure that you don't even need to do an article about this. It's going to be like, get lots of sleep, exercise, eat good, don't drink too much booze. You know all the things that are going to pop up in these kind of articles. Find some hobbies, meditate, speak with a counselor or a therapist. Even the news is running out of stuff to talk about. Everybody knows the smart things to do. It's just implementing them that can be difficult. Wish me luck on the rest of this program, people. I'll be back. Howdy, people. What up? It's the Victor Wilt Show. Only Tuesday. Meh. Sucks. Man, I can't wait for this weekend. All right, I'm going to try to not think about that. It's a ways away. Let's see. Got a kid complaining online about Christmas. Let's see what happened here. It's a 16-year-old kid. His dad told him to make a Christmas list. Says, I kept it simple and asked for 3 things. My driver's permit, which I've been asking for a while. An Xbox Series X. And an item irrelevant to the story. Come on, why not say what all 3 things are? Huh? Kid says his dad didn't get him anything he asked for, but bought himself a PS5. Oh, let's see here. Hey, sometimes you gotta treat yourself, right? And I mean, seriously. You got your kid asking for an Xbox Series X. Sometimes you gotta, just show them the proper gaming system to buy. And you pick up that PS5. You're like, bro, should have asked for a PS5 and you would have got it. Who wants one of those Xboxes with the failing disk drive like Peaches has? That's right. Let's see, the kid says he wakes up at 5:30 a.m. to catch the bus to school and stands outside in the cold. His main goal was the permit. I do gotta say, a driver's permit probably not going to cost very much. It's nowhere near the price of a PS5 or Xbox Series X. Let's see, his brother also made a list, got everything he asked for, including a VR headset. Well, maybe this is a bad kid. Maybe you're a bad kid. Maybe you're lucky you got anything at all. What did he get? He got a Yamaha Blaster, which is a quad or ATV. He didn't ask for it. He's not into recreational riding. That had to cost more than an Xbox. I don't know, maybe, you need to get out of the house and quit playing video games. Or you need to get out of the house so I can play Red Dead Part 2 in peace. Oh. Yeah, I don't think this kid's a jerk for being upset about it, except the fact they're like, oh, I got a 4-wheeler and I didn't get an Xbox. Like, you know what? I wasn't able to get my kids a lot this Christmas. It was a tight Christmas. So yeah, this kid is a jerk because he's whining about getting a 4-wheeler. Sell the 4-wheeler and get yourself an Xbox. Put it up on Facebook Marketplace. You'll have plenty of money for your driver's permit, your Xbox, blah, blah, blah. Yes, he is a jerk because he got something for Christmas. Times are tough for people right now. You don't need to be whining. What are people telling him in the comments here? No, you're not a jerk. You sound like a sensible kid. Oh, there's somebody. Just sell your quad. He gave it to you. Now, to me, the kid is a jerk because he's whining about getting stuff for Christmas. All right? Be grateful you got anything at all. Okay? There are kids out there that don't get Christmas. Okay? Be grateful. Or maybe ask for the PS5, dude. Come on. My kids asked for an Xbox. I probably wouldn't get them one either. Sorry. Had some distractions. It happens. What do? You deal with it. Let's see. Where's the song I'm looking for here? I know. This is not great radio, but whatever. Cut me some slack. Okay. Right now, what I would like to do is give away some ghost tickets. All right? I'm going to play a clip of Josh and Chantel reading some ghost lyrics. Listen closely.
In the middle of the night, it feeds. In the middle of the night, it eats you.
Scary.
Okay, listen again.
In the middle of the night, it feeds. In the middle of the night, it eats you.
Scary.
208-535-1015. Caller number 20. You tell me what ghost song this is. I'll hook you up with a pair of tickets to see the band at the Delta Center February 10th. Here, I'll even play it one more time.
In the middle of the night, it feeds. In the middle of the night, it eats you.
Scary.
All right, caller number 20, 208-535-1015. You want to see Ghost? Good luck. K-Bear, you are caller number 19. Sorry, man. K-Bear, how's it going?
Good. How are you, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Who's this?
This is Brandon.
Brandon. Caller number 20, Brandon.
Hell yeah. All right.
All right, Brandon. So let me play this clip for you one more time here.
In the middle of the night, it feeds. In the middle of the night, it eats you.
Scary.
All right, Brandon, for Ghost tickets, what song is that?
Is it Lacrima?
We got a winner! That's right,
Yeah.
Brandon. Pair of Ghost tickets coming your way. Hang on the line so I can get your info. And who's the greatest radio station of all time?
KRO 101.
Man, you ladies really deal with smelly guys all the time. You know, we had a nice discussion on Friday on the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem about smelly dudes. And I just keep seeing these posts pop up. Got a woman here asking if she's a jerk for asking her partner to change his smelly clothes before entering shared living spaces. All right. I don't even need to get into the post, do I? If you stink, dude, change your clothes. All right? You're stinking up the place. But we'll get into the post anyway. She says, my partner likes to spend time in the garage in his free time. It's cold here, so he runs a kerosene bullet heater in there. I told him I wasn't crazy about kerosene heaters because I'm familiar with the smell and exhaust fumes trigger my chronic migraines. Nevertheless, he still chose the kerosene heater. Fine. Right out of the gate, this guy sounds like a turd. You know, if you've got a woman who deals with migraines and the exhaust fumes trigger it, get yourself an electric heater, bro. If you're going to hang out in the garage all day, just do her a solid. Nonetheless, she says, fine, let's move along. So she said, after working out there a full day this weekend, he came into the house for dinner and reeked of fumes. He sat down on our cushioned kitchen chairs and didn't seem to think it was a problem, dismissing me when I mentioned my sensitivity to fumes. The next day, I woke up with the beginnings of a migraine. Now, if you know what it's like for people to go through migraines, they are terrible, okay? It's not just like I have a headache, okay? They're horrible, all right? If you got a partner who deals with migraines, you should learn ways to help them, not just deliberately dismiss what they have to say. So she decided to ask him if a compromise could be he comes in through the basement, the laundry area, and changes his clothes before being in the house for any longer than a bathroom break period of time. The basement isn't any further a walk than the door he enters anyway, so I really didn't think this was a big deal. He gets angry and says that it's an absolutely ridiculous request. The guy stinks! For one, you know, even if she didn't deal with the migraine fumes, the guy stinks. Like, I was working on my snowblower with JD recently, and I'm pretty sure, I hope I changed my clothes. I don't remember, because if I could smell that reek on me, I don't want it on me. Generally, after I use the snowblower, I'll take a shower so I don't just reek of gas. So anyway, let's get back to this here. He says it's a ridiculous request. Even when I expressed my health concern, he said I'm just being dramatic. And once a month, I always get this way. Dude. Listen, guys, you should just never say that, okay? All right? Never gonna win saying that one. Idiots. So she says, my migraines last days. Once they start, they're really debilitating, so I do everything I can to prevent them. Unfortunately, smells and lights are two triggers. I don't feel I should have to suffer in my own phone or home And I'd do the same for him if I needed to. Am I a jerk for asking for this compromise? No, not at all. Your man stinks, all right? He stinks of fumes, and he needs to not only change his clothes, but take a shower. And based on just everything in that post, dump him! Dump him! Ladies, you don't need to put up with this kind of crap, okay? There are good dudes out there. If you're in a bad relationship, you don't need to be, okay? You can go ahead and just move along. There's other fish in the sea. That's what they say, isn't it? You know? Dump them. Dump your stinky man. All right? Dudes, keep yourself clean. Wash your hands. Get the fumes off yourself. You smell bad. Ugh. Just feel bad for you ladies sometimes. Guys they're just dumb sometimes. Yeah, this guy sounds like a real turd. Kick him to the curb. Oh, I hope your morning is going good and going by quickly. I was looking around online, and my Facebook feed has been pummeling me with all these things like, hey, are you a guy between these ages that has cats? Make money taking surveys. And you see this all the time. And I was like, do people actually make money taking surveys online? So I started looking around, and on Reddit, there was an article where people were talking about the best paid survey sites that actually make money. And somebody on there insists that they were making, like, let's see, this one, I made $740 in a month. This other one, $570. How much time are they putting in, though? That's what I want to know. Are you just all day long answering questions? I mean, if it pays out pretty good, like, let's say it's a 20-minute survey and they pay you $10. It could come out to $30 an hour. Oh, but I bet it just starts to cook your brain. Because every time you take a survey, you're going to get asked the same questions over and over. All right, are you male or female? All right, what is your age group? How much money do you make? I used to do surveys, like phone call surveys. I worked at David's Phone Center in Pocatello, and we did phone surveys on all kinds of different things. And simply being the person trying to get people to take surveys over the phone, that cooked your brain. So I can't imagine what it's like to just take surveys all day. But I don't know, I could use some extra dough. But instead of sitting around, cooking my brain with Facebook and whatever other garbage is popping up on social media, why not just sit there and answer questions and make money? Does anybody out there do this? Any listener? Do you do surveys to make money? I want to know. If you do, you need to call the show. 208-535-1015. I want to know how much time you have to put into this to actually make money. Because there are people online insisting they do, but they could be liars. They could work for these companies and be like, yeah, come fill out our useless surveys. And then you end up winning you get a stuffed animal prize or some kind of garbage like that. Because it doesn't appear to break down like, hey, take this survey, make this much money. Because I looked at some of the sites that they were talking about. And it's not clear. It's not clear. So, I don't know. Usually, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. So, simply sitting around taking surveys and getting paid, I don't know if I buy it. But somebody out there has to have tried it. I know there are a lot of people listening to this show, so if you do this, you need to call me and tell me, because I want to know about this. Just need some extra cash. Everybody needs extra cash in 2026. You been to the grocery store recently? Yeah. What's been a year? Been a year? Since we got promised that prices were coming down on day one? All right, it's been a year. Come on now. All right. Guess let the survey hunt begin. Reading through a lot of these posts in the Am I the Jerk subreddit, It's a lot better than going through the advice subreddit, that's for sure. At least these are sometimes, I don't know, to me, funny. Because I can just picture the people getting mad. Like, this guy says he pulled up at a stop sign, and as he was slowing down, saw a dog peeing in the park next to the stop sign, and the owner was standing there with the dog. As he came to the stop, the dog runs in front of his car and he almost hits it. So he rolls down the window and tells the owner, you need to put a leash on the dog. And the owner shows him a leash that he's wearing around his neck like a necklace. And he's like, dude, the leash should be on your dog, not on you. And then, of course, don't tell me what I need to do with my dog. And I said, well, next time I'll run your dog over. I think if you scream at someone that you're going to run their dog over, you're kind of a jerk. But you should keep your dog on a leash, all right? Sometimes dogs can do things out of control. You know, one, running into the road. You don't want your dog to run in the road. Or two, I hate to break it to you, dog owners, but sometimes dogs attack things, okay? Sometimes they do. And that can be really, really bad. So, sorry, but put your dog on a leash if you're out in public, okay? It's just the proper thing to do. I don't know what people were saying. I bet somebody said you know, you're a jerk for yelling, I'll run your dog over. That seems a bit excessive. But I think telling them put the leash on your dog, that's not that bad. Here's another one here. Am I a jerk for joking about my husband's driving in front of his friend? All right. She says, when my husband drives, he gets heated about things happening on the road. Like someone taking too long to merge, pedestrian taking their sweet time crossing the street, ruins the drive for me, and I've brought it up with him in the past. I do want to say, as far as his driving skills go, I have full faith in him. He's, great at the technical side of things. He's just bad vibes. I've been with people that get angry at trivial things behind the wheel. Not gonna say who. Beaches. And that can be annoying. But let's see what she did here. Did a dog run out in front of this guy? Ah! I'll run your dog over. Okay, they were visiting friends for dinner. The topic of driving in downtown came up, and it led to driving skills. And I joked that my anxiety always gets triggered when he's driving. My husband also laughed back and joked that I've never complained when he's driving. And I was like, yes, I have. And the other couple found it amusing too. When we got home and when we were still in the parking garage, he said he got me back safe and sound, contrary to everyone's expectations. I thought he was saying it lightly and said I've never doubted I'd get to my destination safe and sound, just that he gets a bit worked up. Said if that were the case, I should have specified that at dinner rather than implying he's an incompetent driver. And that's when I realized he'd taken offense. So I told him I'd said it as a joke and said it's not something you say in front of others as a couple, that I put him down, even if I didn't realize it. Am I a jerk? I mean, the guy sounds kind of overly sensitive to me. As far as something to get mad about, being called an incompetent driver. I mean, everybody's been called an incompetent driver at some point or other, right? Because everybody's done something incompetent behind the wheel. Nobody is a perfect driver. Like, there are reasons to get offended when people say stuff, okay? I don't know about that one. Just a lighthearted joking at dinner. So I think this guy, again, maybe a little bit sensitive. Dump him! No, okay, she doesn't need to dump him. But what about when, like, a major problem comes up? This guy can't handle driving down the road without getting angry. Guy might have an anger problem. And people with anger problems, they can be not very fun to deal with. So, dump them! Don't ever come to me for relationship advice. 90% of the time, dump them! Just move on. All right. Kind of glad the show went by at a decent pace today. Much better than yesterday. Yesterday just crept on and on. Just crept on and on. My goodness. All right. You know, I was going to get into one thing here, but no. I'm going to avoid the topic. All I'd say is, as I poured through this Am I the Jerk subreddit, it's starting to turn into the advice subreddit. Lots of people with relationship issues. Yeah. Communication. Gotta have good communication. Yeah. And if things ain't going your way, dump. Well, maybe not if things ain't going your way. Okay. Not everything's just going to go your way, but good communication. Okay. Some of the questions people ask, though, I'm like, shouldn't the answer be pretty obvious? Sometimes you got to go with your gut. All right. So, anyhow, it's been a show. I think it was better than yesterday, so that's good. Hopefully, the noon hour of madness and mayhem will be pretty good, too. And you can catch that on demand if you miss it. It's available online. Everywhere podcasts can be found, just like this show. Yeah. You want to hear what kind of crap I talk about at 6 in the morning because you don't have to wake up that early? Well, trust me, I wouldn't wake up that early if I didn't have to either. So, catch what you missed on demand. And I'm gonna get. Tell me and Peaches come back in a bit. Have yourself a great rest of your Tuesday. Appreciate you tuning in as always. Thank you again for tuning in to The Victor Welch Show. This program is a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.